One of our defensive positions has reported the approach of multiple enemy tanks. The defensive position is only manned by infantry, and alone they won't be able to fend off the enemy. But the enemy is careless in his approach, and has not paid attention to a hill on their flank. The 2 combat-ready M60s of our platoon are rushing towards that hill to hit the enemy from the side. Hello there, and welcome to a new episode of Steel Armor Blaze of War, where today we are gonna play the mission Active Defense. And this mission showcases another very interesting and innovative AI feature that this game has, and that I wish was present in Gunner EPC. But enough with that for the moment. This is a little bit time sensitive here, so we need to get going. I'll make sure that both tanks are getting the orders. Let's go. So what is this mission about? Well, on the other side of this hill are some friendlies under attack by a quite large enemy tank force. We are gonna attack into the flank of the enemy advance and hopefully take them out before they can overrun the friendlies. And that AI feature that I mentioned will help us with that. So I want to prepare some things. My gunner, you will only fire when I tell you to. And we keep heading up there. I'm gonna turn towards that direction. The other tank will follow that maneuver. We're starting to get first reports of enemy tanks ahead. Let's get inside. I don't want my head to be shot off. And I'm gonna go into my sights here. And I'll wait until we have line of sight to some enemy tanks. Actually, I see one. Hold. There are some. Okay, I'll target that tank there. My gunner is gonna focus that. I'm gonna go to the rangefinder. And we are gonna range this tank for him by bringing it into focus like this. We will switch to sub-caliber rounds next. Gunner, open fire. Oh, he went into... might still be a hit. No, didn't observe. But I have a target selected, and what I will do now after this shot is I'll press 9. And what the tank will do now, the tank is reversing into cover. I'm not doing that, the tank is doing that itself, so my crew is doing this. They are reversing back into cover, making sure that the round is loaded and the gun is ready, and now they are going back into position, so that the gunner can fire. We see the tank driving there through the grass. He has fired, the tank is driving back into cover. And the other tank, of course, is doing the same thing. Let me have a look at him. There you see him moving next to me. He's doing the same game, where we fire, reverse back into cover, load, we drive back into position, we fire, and so on. It's amazing. An amazing AI feature that is being used in this game here. Actually, you know what I will do? Let's play this from the gunner's perspective now. Okay, I'm in the gunner's side. So now I will need range inputs from the commander. So we are driving up there. I see a tank. Hold. Commander. That tank over there. Now, this blue triangle here tells me, now it's a red triangle, that tells me he can't currently see the target because of the dust being kicked up in the smoke. But as soon as that triangle is blue, that means the commander is measuring the distance, which he's doing now. Come. Yeah, measuring the distance. You can see the distance being input here. And as the distance is set, he will notify me, and I can fire. And that was a hit. Now the tank is reversing back into cover. I don't need to do anything. This is amazing. I really did notice that in this game the AI too is quite adept at taking up defensive positions in places where they are really difficult to spot and very hard to defeat. Okay, I see a tank driving there. Give me that tank. Commander is dialing in the range, being fired at, so I need to do things a little bit fast here. Announced, let's reverse. I'm taking a lot of fire. I think I'll stay down for a moment. Now we are reversing back up, but I can manually set the position to cover by pressing the U key. And now we are staying here for just a moment until things cool off a bit. Also I can press K, which will turn the tank directly on target. Okay, still taking fire up here. Yeah, I think they can see the top of my cupola. Let's drive back. Damage report. Okay, we are fine. Hold here. We have been hit, but we are still okay. It's good that I turned the tank towards them when I did. Let's wait for a moment. Let's drive back up. I'll designate a new cover position. As you saw, I can select an enemy tank and order the tank crew to basically seek cover against that enemy tank. I can also select simply a place on the ground which they will seek cover against. So that works too. It's really, really cool. Okay, enemy tanks in sight. There I have one. Gunner, range that. Not gunner, commander I mean. Range that, please. I think the tank's crew got out. I don't think that thing is a danger anymore. There's an enemy tank. Target that one. No, wait, target that one. That one's closer. And is shooting our way. Commander, come on. He's ranging. Oh, that's a shot towards me. He missed. Okay, I'm gonna fire here. Hit. Cover. And we're reversing back. Hull down. Very nice. Gun loaded, we are driving back up. I only have 7 saber rounds left. That's not a lot. Looking for targets. Targets spotted but abandoned by crew. Looking for other targets. There's a tank driving. Commander, target that one. Give me a range. Come on. Commander doesn't see it right now. That thing, come on. I might need to go a little bit forward here. Yeah, let's do that. Forward. The tank is taking fire, but we can help with that. Okay, he's ranging now. Ranged. And let's put it here. Fire. Good hits. Oh, accidentally fired the machine gun for a moment. New round loaded. I'm just gonna stay here and fire now, because there doesn't seem to be any counter fire anymore. Well, so much about that. Reverse. There is still another enemy tank out there that has line of sight to us. Give me a damage report. Are we okay? Turret drive damage. Yeah, the turret is feeling sluggish. If it's only the turret drive, that's fine. That's fine. I wonder where that enemy tank is. I didn't see it. Yeah, the turret is feeling very sluggish now. Very slow. But it's okay. We are still alright. We still have 5 saber rounds left. Okay. I think here's what I'll do. Let me switch to my commander for a moment. Open the hatch. Only my tank. Reverse, will displace to the side. Turn left. Let's take up a new position. Let's go. I see red flares going up. Not sure if that's friendlies trying to retreat or the enemies. Okay, let's turn right here. Let's go. Yeah, I'll come even more left. Like so. Okay, I should be heading towards the enemies now. I see smoke over there. That might be enemy tanks trying to retreat. Let's have a look at that. Go faster. Yeah, that was tank fire and something detonated. I think my friendly tank took out one of them just now. That must have been the one that fired at us. Looking for threats. That one is still shooting. Gunner, you will target that one. Tank in front of us here? Where? No eyes. Is it that one? Oh, there must be a tank red on this bearing, but I don't see it. It might be too low. So we'll focus on the one that we can see. Gunner? Can't see it, I guess. Let me take over the gunner. Oh, super sluggish turret. Traverse. I saw a muzzle flash just there. Go forward, that must be the tank. Hold. Yeah, muzzle flash. Commander, range. Switch to heat next. That one is far away, I think. There's smoke. Commander can't range it now. Come on, give me a range. Ranging. 1,600. You know what? Stay on Sable. I can't fire. Is the gun mechanism itself damaged? Yeah, I think my gun is actually impacted too. Let's reverse out. But that tank just blew up and we now have a countdown time up top, so the mission is finishing. The last enemy survivors are retreating. We have won. We've actually won. Oh boy. That was something. That was certainly something. What a fight. Minor defeat. Oh, I guess we took too many losses on the friendlies. That's also a possibility. Well, let's take a look. Statistics. So, what shall we start with? With my tank? Yeah, I see that there aren't many friendlies left over there. My tank. So, my driver turned on the smoke generator, so that's why there's so much smoke. We have taken a few hits. Let's have a look. We took one hit here onto the front llama. That knocked out the lights, but nothing apart from that, I guess. We took another hit here, but we can't see the hit vector because I guess the impact was on the... basically here on the track guard. And that got blown off. So there's no hit vector being visible, because it would have been on that track guard. You know what I think? I think that this hit that we see here actually... that's a high explosive shell. That was a high explosive shell that they fired at us. So it did not penetrate through the armor, but the blast damage is what I think damaged the gun and the turret drive. Interesting. That's interesting. So, what's going on? No tank kills credited to us. Lights and turret mechanisms are down. What a shame. Okay, let's go to our friendly tank here. They took a hit too, at least one, but they killed 3 enemy tanks. Let's have a look. They took a heat shell almost to the commander's cupola here. You can tell that it's a heat shell by the green arrow, by the green hit vector here. So that's nice. They took a heat shell at a very weird angle here into the tracks, but that did not do anything. They took an armor-piercing shell, a regular armor-piercing shell, basically into the driver's periscope. Didn't do anything. Well, I think this one actually did something. It penetrated through. And they are down a crew member, so I think the driver was killed here. We have another heat round impacting the side of the turret, but at such a bad angle that the shell was most likely squashed and disintegrated against the turret. Sheared off, basically. Didn't penetrate into the tank. Let's have a look at the friendlies. Yeah, the friendlies are down. We see here the commander of this anti-tank battery. He's down. They had recoilless rifles. Looks like they've all been defeated. Big things. Did they take out an enemy tank? Yeah, they did. Another one here. They took out a tank as well. And we have one here, and yeah, they have just been overrun by the enemies. So that's why I'm getting a minor defeat. There are also some scouts. Some airborne troops, I should say. Some of them are still alive. But beating a hasty retreat. Let's look at the enemy tanks. Should we go through them unit by unit, or just as they are lined up on the battlefield? I think we'll do that. So here we have one enemy tank. Looks like he advanced the furthest. Looks like a tank who is surrendering here. They got hit. They got hit hard. The tank is counted as destroyed. So the 106mm hits, that's from the recoilless rifles. So we have a hit here into the front armor, didn't penetrate. Another hit from here didn't penetrate. A hit into the side of the turret, that did penetrate. It's a heat round. Radio and gun taken out. A hit into the side by a rifle round into the storage box. That's not really important. And a hit into the side from either myself or from my other tank. With a saber round, indicated by the yellow hit vector. Track and chassis taken out by this hit. Let's see, the next tank, the next enemy tank up is this one. This one is on fire. So what happened to you? You got hit into this track by a 106mm round from the recoilless rifles. There's an M60 lying around here. Well, I guess, yeah, they overran a friendly position. That was a machine gunner. But they were also hit in the side by our tanks. These 105mm hits you see here at about 1700 meters. One hit into the tracks. And another hit here into the ammunition. And then we have a heat shell hitting the side here. A good hit with a heat shell. Into the ammunition, and that started a fire indicated by this asterisk here. So the tank blew up as the ammunition was hit. Very nice. That thing is done. Who's the next one up? The next one up, I think, is... yeah, this one back here. But let's first take a look at this one in the foreground. This one was hit by the recoilless rifles. And also by our tanks. We have a lovely hit here into the tracks. Taking out track, engine, transmission and chassis. Also another hit from a recoilless rifle into the other side, but that did not penetrate. The tank was abandoned by its crew. One of them got out alive. Pretty grim. Let's go over here. What happened to you? Oh, you got messed up. You got messed up hard. We have some recoilless rifle hits to the turret. One of them actually damaged the gun. This one didn't do anything though. And then we have a few hits into the side of the tank from us. We have a nice hit here into the fuel tank. We have another hit here into track and chassis, and another one back here into track and chassis, making sure that this thing isn't going anywhere. And the crew, well, they abandoned it, but didn't get very far, as you can see. Tracks, fuel tanks, gun mechanism, battery, chassis, all destroyed. Okay, we have 2 more enemy tanks that we are going to take a look at here. We have this one. This one I think got hit exclusively by our tanks on the ridge. So we see a nice hit here and here, both heat rounds into the side. We have one hit here in the rear at 1600 meters, hitting engine and transmission. So stopping this thing. And then another lovely hit here just below the turret into the ammunition, blowing up the tank. These heat rounds, that was our friendly shooting. We had switched to the saber rounds. We were shooting those. So they achieved actually very good results with the heat rounds. The thing is, at this range, I think the armor-piercing round is just outright better and, most importantly, much more reliable. Because the heat round fired by these M60s here, by these Iranian M60s, is kind of shit. You need to hit a flat surface with it. If you hit the, for example, the side of the turret here, where it is very sloped, the heat round will not trigger. It will disintegrate against the armor. It really needs a flat surface. And since these are T-55s and they are very round when it comes to their turret, and also their front is also pretty sloped, if you're shooting heat rounds at these things, you are very likely to hit a surface that is sloped, and therefore your heat rounds will absolutely do 0 damage to these things. So at ranges below 2 kilometers, I think you are better off with the armor-piercing rounds. They might not do catastrophic damage to the tank, because after all it's just, you know, it's a solid projectile that penetrates into the tank. It's a solid penetrator. But you are doing damage. Even if you penetrate, let's say for example, a place where you don't hit the ammunition and blow it up, you might still kill or wound crew members along the way, or take out some other important systems. While the heat round, if you don't hit the flat surface, it's gonna do 0 damage. So that's why I'm switching to the saber rounds. And we have this tank here that tried to retreat. They are still alive. Kebab 323, the call sign is lovely. Kebab 323 tried to escape. And they are escaping because their weapon is useless. A heat round has hit the barrel, and the weapon is, well, they are not shooting that thing anymore. Looks like, guess they are trying to abandon the tank maybe? Not sure. But yeah, out of action. So basically all enemy tanks have been defeated. It's still a minor defeat in the statistics, because at the same time, the friendly position was overrun by the enemy tanks. We were too slow to stop it. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, it was still a fun mission to play, and I managed to showcase that really awesome little AI feature. And as I mentioned, I'm really noticing in this game that AI is pretty good at positioning themselves. They are really good at, for example, getting down into some low ground in a way, for example, something like this here, they're really good at getting down into this low ground and staying in here so that only their turret is visible and shooting at you. And that makes it incredibly difficult to even spot them and to shoot back accurately. Really difficult. In that sense, the AI in this game is pretty damn good. I mean, at the end of the day, it is a Graviteam game after all. You can count on them when it comes to things like that. Really, really nice stuff. So, I quite enjoyed this mission, and I hope that you did too. Let me know in the comments what you think of this AI feature, and if you would too like to see this in Gunner Heat PC. Because I notice in Gunner Heat PC the AI is basically, in most missions, they are following a preset waypoint plan. You know? They are going where the developers told them to go, regardless of your position relative to them. I would really love it if the AI would try to take up, you know, hull down positions to fight you from them. In Gunner Heat PC, it's just so much easier to acquire enemy tanks and to shoot back at them than it is in this game. And one reason for that is AI features like these. So I know the Gunner Heat PC devs, they are making a lot of progress with that game, and it's getting really better with each update. It's so much fun to play. It really is. But I have this nagging feeling, you know, of if you incorporate just this little bit here, it would make it so much better. Anyway, let me know what you think. For now, thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you again next time. Until then, have some really great days and goodbye.